unfilteredip.com.
Hey everybody, you made it to the Bold Inventors Show. I'm your host JD Houvener with Matt Kulseth co-hosting today with me, as always.
Hey.
Hey, happy Wednesday.
Happy
Good
Wednesday.
to see you, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you
Got some
too.
good light coming in.
Yeah,
Punxsutawney was wrong, man. I think spring is going to break through.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We all need a break.
I think so too. Yeah, well, good. Thanks for being on. We have a nice guest. We had a cancellation this week, as you probably saw, and then I was like, no, I talked to Todd. I snuck him in. Don't tell anybody because we had like a 3-month wait list, Matt, to see, we've got inventors lined up. I was like, either tomorrow or April 29th. So he's like, let's do it tomorrow.
Great.
He's a fun entrepreneur, a good inventor. So how's your week going? Anything crazy good news or bad news?
No, just busy. Just doing real work.
That's good.
Sitting in my chair this week doing real work. No,
What do you do? What are you doing? Just kidding. Yeah, no, that's great. I've been working too. Anything new this year you think on the horizon? Trademarks, new for you and
new for me. Well, I'm just leaning more and more into technology from a legal standpoint, from an operations standpoint. So I've been working on training up a paralegal, like an AI paralegal to help with the trademark stuff, and that's gone really well. So I think this year I'll continue to kind of work on that project, and I don't expect any revelations in terms of trademark law news this year.
Okay, got it.
It's not something that changes that often.
Which is good because you need some.
Yeah. But what about you, man? What's new?
Well, work-wise, pretty steady. Although I'm excited about having Susie Murphy on. I do want to share about Bold. I mean, we're able to offer IP brokering for real now. I've been sort of playing that role myself, learning it, and honestly just flopping, not having a lot of real wins. She has been working with individual inventors with products and knows how to get them licensed and sold. She actually has 2 on the hook right now. I can't share details, but we're hoping to get that first big deal, So it's great to finally be at that point in Bold where we're not just getting wonderful Bold patents, but we're actually able to help commercialize them for those inventors that don't want to start a new business. They just want to get that product in the hands of someone else and make a royalty or outright sale. So we have a good vehicle for that now. And it's just finally figuring out the little kinks in our system, and it feels good.
Good.
So first full year of that, having Susie. I think we should get right to our guest, Matt. If you don't mind keeping it kind of short today. I've got a
works for me.
bunch of meetings. You're busy. So let's bring on Todd Hanson. Welcome to the Bold Inventors Show.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Doing
nice
good.
Matt.
Hey, Todd. How are we doing today? You're looking good, and I gotta say, for the listeners at home, that's a nice rack you got in the back there.
I called it. I knew you mentioned it right away, Matt.
Oh yeah, I'm a sucker for a big set of horns. For those of you
listening, that's just a deer, not.
Yeah, Todd's got a nice shoulder mount behind him of a white tail. So
yes, thank you very much.
You tilt that camera up. Let's see the full points on that thing.
Yeah,
that
one is a 9.
Look at that.
And then,
beautiful animal.
And then over here, this way. See if I can figure this out. Over here, well, maybe I'm not going to get it. There's a 10 over here too.
Oh, of course, yeah. All right.
So, but this guy here, the first one. Let's get my camera messed up a little bit. But that guy there, he's the inspiration for the business.
Okay, let's jump right into it. Let's tell us what inspired you. So we're talking about Compass carts. How did a hunting experience get you started toward carts?
Well, we were hunting public land in southern Minnesota, and in public land you can't take a vehicle in. So in order to get your gear in and your game out, if you have any luck, we always took this hand cart in. Typical game cart, they fold up. They work, but they're rattly, and they serve the one purpose. And while I'm sitting in the tree stand, you got a lot of time to think while you're hunting. Matt's nodding his head there.
Oh yeah. I'm from Minnesota. I'm a hunter.
Love it.
I play duck hunt on Nintendo still. I mean, I'm not.
You get it too.
I stay nice and clean and warm and safe.
Right.
You guys
it's easy.
Yeah.
Love it. So while I'm sitting in the tree, we had this game cart, and we always had a rack, like a receiver hitch rack. You typically see, rolling down the highway, got totes and coolers and stuff, and sometimes game. And I'm like, why can't that rack and that game cart be one and the same? And really, that's how the idea started. Just solving a problem.
Okay. Well, I've got to show off your website. For those on the podcast, we'll try to walk you through it. I want to show it off for our live audience. We got a few people on, which is great. By the way, this is a time to ask questions of Todd. Matt and I will also answer questions. Nothing confidential, but throw out anything you've got that's on your mind. So here we're looking at your nice video, by the way, compasscarts.com. And it's hitch mounted. Look at that. It's not huge and bulky. It's maybe just the right size, right?
It is. Yeah.
What you need. So it was initially to solve kind of hunting gear, but I imagine you could do a lot more with it. And that's what we're showing. You've got fishing. I like this. And the e-bikes have blown up the past few years. So this is really cool concept.
Thank you. Yeah. And it works really well. We actually spring loaded the arm that's between the cart and the bike.
I see that. Yeah. Right there.
Yeah. And that makes a huge difference because as the cart's bouncing around behind you, it really takes the impact off the rider. That's a huge win for us in the industry. Yeah.
So is there water like this up in Minnesota? You guys got lakes up there? Is that what
that's Lake Michigan. Well, that's, I guess we get the corner of Lake Michigan. That's in Wisconsin, actually. That's Port Washington, Wisconsin.
Fantastic. Well, some beautiful footage.
We got so much water up here, JD.
Okay. No, that's cool. I got to get up. I've never been to Minnesota. I need to get up. I'll come visit you.
Come in the summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, but you didn't come up with all those designs right away. Walk us through kind of your, take us way back, your first product, maybe some of the ups and maybe downs, if you will. And then, of course, let's talk patents. So what was your first product? Did you know right away I wanted to patent this? Or did you know it was unique?
It's, when I came up with the idea or wanted to start exploring the idea anyway, proof of concept. So I literally built a wooden version of it in the garage, and I'm using PVC pipe. I'm using wood and, brad nailing stuff together. And I got these little small wheels, and I'm trying to figure out how the wheels would flip and rotate and really just to see what would work. And I got it to work well enough that I decided to advance that. And I bought an aluminum hitch hauler and added wheels to it. And that thing has so many holes in it from where I kept remounting the wheels and trying the arms and moving things different directions. And it was flimsy as heck, but it was cool. It worked. And that was the next point where, okay, I got a working product. I was able to show it to a few people that said, hey, that's pretty cool. Once I got that validation, I decided to, go on and find a manufacturer. And that was the next big step.
Did you start talking with the patent attorney pretty early on, or did you kind of wait to see if there was commercial success first?
I actually waited a little bit.
Talk about that, yeah.
Yeah, and I got to the point where I liked it, and I was getting some different designs on a manufacturing standpoint, but we were far from a final design. Even the one that came out of the manufacturing. So the one that you see on the truck is version 19. So that's how many different iterations that we did.
Hold on. Say that again, please, Todd.
So the one that you just showed on the truck is version 19.
Okay.
So that's how many before I actually took it to production for full production.
Yeah. For all those inventors out there thinking they've got it right the first time. So give us some of the big versions. Was it customer feedback? What brought it to 19?
A number of iterations were making it work better, getting it to tip right, trying different things with how it slides onto the rack. And what you noticed on there is we're using an HDPE slide, like you'd slide a boat on a trailer.
That's too many acronyms. You got to slow down. What do you mean? HTTP.
HDPE. It's a type of plastic.
Okay.
So it's the plastic that it slides on. And
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're yellow. I went with high visibility, so hopefully somebody doesn't crack a knee on the rack when they're walking around it.
Yeah.
But we tried a bunch of different things. We tried rollers. We tried the rack tipping. There's a bunch of things, and you'll see that actually in the patent, a number of the iterations, if you were to query the patent, you'll see all.
Oh, I've got it ready. You want to jump? Let's go there. Let's get patent nerdy. For those on the podcast, we're going to take a look at the PDF patent. 11,780,484 issued October 10th, 2023. So pretty fresh.
It is.
2.5 years issued. You got plenty of time. You're not the only inventor, actually. I just realized that. So you've got Steve and Matt, not Matt Kulseth, but Matt Mundahl,
right,
the co-inventor. You're all assigned it to the entity, Compass Carts. Nicely done. And you're working with an attorney. Let's give them some credit. Yeah, Headland Law and Strategy.
Another Matt Smith.
Okay, that's the name to have in Minnesota. Okay. I looked at this earlier. Obviously figures are great, and the spec is good. I jumped to the claims as a patent attorney and just dive in there and hung out for a bit. So claims is what you actually own and which you'll end up having to litigate if there is litigation. Let's hope not. Nice looking claim set. 3 core elements. Let's talk about the locking pin. Seems to be a feature in here that made this unique. Or maybe I'm wrong. Tell me what do you think is, if you spent time, I don't know if you did you really get in here and work with your patent attorney?
I did, as we went through each individual claim.
Yeah. And
I'm not versed if the pin that you're referring to is the locking pin to secure it on the rack.
Yeah, so basically I look at elements. So independent claim 1, a cargo hold comprising a cargo bed, an assembly comprising a wheel and a first catch. And then there's a handle arm having a second catch.
Yep. Okay. So that's in reference to the way the arm rotates. And that's a big component of our patent and the design, because you notice when the cart slid up on the receiver, that the wheels can either be in a down position or an up position. Down position would be when you're rolling it along the ground.
Yeah.
And then the up position is when it's on the vehicle itself. And the reason we wanted that is so when you're traveling down the highway, you go over a little bump, we don't want to rip the wheels off. Oh. And there were some other similar cart type systems out there where they literally remove the wheels, and you could tell when it was a serious problem because they also had wheel replacement kits.
So got it. No, it's that little 6-inch move right there. That
it is.
Tilts it back.
Todd, how much of this design is inspired by gurney systems on ambulances? Because I'm a volunteer fireman and EMT. This system, it's slick compared to what we're using on the ambulances.
I haven't looked at that, but I have seen another cart system where they do more mirror the gurneys, where they kind of fold up, like you slide one into an ambulance, the gurney where, the wheels kind of tuck up underneath it. Yeah. And so that it has it. I will tell you one thing on there that's some inspiration. You may have noticed the wheels on the very back. There's 2 little rollers on the very back of the cart. They're little 3-inch wheels.
Let's take another look.
Yeah.
Share again. Okay. So, and I'm just looking at this video. Is this going to show it?
Yeah, it'll probably show it in one of the sections. Probably when it's sliding off. But yeah, there's 2 little wheels right there. You can see in the back of the cart. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll tell you the inspiration behind that was motorhomes. Motorhomes have a problem because there's a long distance between the rear axle and the back of the vehicle, and people that are running motorhomes often. Okay. Speaking of the devil, right? Is he being called to go in?
We're good.
Okay.
Motorhomes, though.
Yeah. So they had an issue with the back of the RV rubbing on the ground when they go over into a driveway or up an incline to get into an area. And I noticed a number of the RV owners were putting little wheels on the back. Well, I had a similar problem because when I slid the cart off what I call the rack onto the ground, the back of the cart sometimes would dig into the soil.
So by putting those perfectly level, or there's a little bit of an incline or something.
Right. Yeah. Right. Or to get it taller so it's easier to load. So you're using leverage when you're loading this. You're not using, brute force.
Todd, we got a live question here. Sorry, were you done? Pardon, I didn't cut you off. Is that all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Rema Pagal, Todd, you have so many patents. Congratulations. How do you manage the costs on such an extensive portfolio? And do you license these or use them for defensive purposes that involve protecting your IP through litigation?
Well, the attorney did most of the work as far as figuring out what's patentable on it. And to be honest, I actually filed a provisional patent on my own prior to meeting a patent attorney.
Oh, look at you. Okay. How'd you do? Was down.
Okay, but I made some mistakes along the way.
Okay.
But in general, we were still able to get everything done. The patent attorney was good and was able to review, what I did, where I'm at, and what can we still do. And so to go back and answer your question, why did we do it? It's mostly to make the company more valuable and protect the idea. We actually had some potential investors early on in the game, and obviously the company is worth a lot more if you have a patent executed versus a patent pending. So we actually paid to expedite it.
Okay.
How did I fund it? I ended up getting a small business development loan, and that helped fund the startup along with my personal finances.
Let's take a quick trip down that lane. So you had some investors, but you also had to go get a loan. Walk us through that.
Well, I had potential investors. I haven't landed any that I felt comfortable with, but I wanted to get ahead of the game. So knowing or assuming that it'd be more appealing to an investor if they had the, fully executed patent. So we paid the extra to do that. We didn't come to terms. So I still do not have an investor. I'm still just operating, on my business loan and my self-funding. But now as the business is starting to grow, we're doing better.
We had a follow-up. Did you leave out any specific trade secrets to make this work? And don't tell us, of course, if you did you think about that when you're drafting your patent? Were there any, call it, manufacturing methods or certain types of, call it, attachments or accessories you knew would be perfect that you kind of didn't include in the patent?
Yeah, it's a real good question. There is a bike carrier component that we're in the process of developing right now. And I went back and forth on whether or not I should add that to a patent, because it is a little different on the way it mounts and attaches to our compass cart. And I decided not to pursue it at that time. And my logic was, unless you have a compass cart, you don't need to design a bike rack for it. And so was there value for me to carry that through? It's debatable, but in my mind, I didn't think there was enough value to pursue, that particular accessory.
Got it. Yeah, you got to weigh the cost benefit. To finish up Arun's question, actually, let's bring it full circle to the enforcement. Have you seen any infringers pop up or close infringers since launch?
Not since launch, but I'm pretty early, and I'm aware of that as I start to market it more, show it at larger events. Like we were just at SEMA, which is an international trade show for anything automotive related accessories. Oh, there you go. Love it, Matt. Matt's pointing to the check engine light in the background. Yeah. And man, that was a great event. But there's where you open up your potential for copies. A lot of Chinese manufacturers there. A lot of photography happening in my booth. So there's some risk that's associated when you show it to the market.
Thank you, Todd. Nailed it. Matt, you got anything for Todd?
Yeah, Todd, I mean, so obviously, like, you're taking like a niche problem, right, that the hunter has, the average hunter has potentially, and you're creating a really sophisticated solution for it. What's the price point? I mean, generally, where are you thinking on this thing? Is it going to be for, the average hunter, or is this kind of something that, like, our family would invest in, right? Or our hunting group would invest in together?
Yeah, I think the word invest is probably, the word invest is probably the right term. We're a little more premium priced. Like if you bought a game card and a hitch hauler type system, I mean, you could spend, $300 up to $600 or $800. We come in and retail at $12.99, and And the reason we're a little bit more, little higher than I was targeting, I was trying to keep it under $1,000, but I went with all aluminum product. So the cart itself is all aluminum, although it looks like steel in the video because it's powder coated. And I even went with, aluminum mag wheels. I mean, I went really high end on everything because I just didn't want it breaking down in the woods. I mean, I got customers that are using them for fly-ins into Canada. They're putting them in a plane and flying.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, like, outfitters, this is like,
oh, perfect.
For outfitters, this is like a no brainer. And even for like our little hunting group of like 4 or 5 guys and gals,
right?
This make a lot of sense.
Well, Matt, you know the owner. Let's talk.
Yeah. Cool. So Todd, where does this go from here? I mean, you're bringing this to market yourself, but I mean, I imagine at some point you're going to have folks like Muddy knocking on your door, interested in talking.
We've had a few. I'm still early. I still consider myself a startup.
Yeah.
We don't have extreme amount of cash flow to do everything that we want to do, but we're slow growing, and I think that's the right method for us right now. Do I have some interest? Yeah, I've had a few people float some numbers past me. So, down the road, I can see getting acquired down the road.
Yeah.
I'd like to build it up to the point where I can show enough sales volume to get to, a value that I would like to sell at some point.
Smart. Man with the plan.
Yeah.
I wanted to put you on the spot a little, Matt. On the trademark side, we talked patents a bit. So Compass carts with the nice, design as well as a word mark. Matt,
I did not look it up while we were chatting, but
you're listening. Well, I'll give you the few minutes.
He's still thinking about how he can use it.
But so Todd, did you decide to register Compass carts?
I did, and that was on advice of my patent attorney.
Okay.
So he filed for both for us. We did look at it a couple of different ways from a application. We applied for it as Compass Carts as 2 words, and then we also applied for it as Compass Carts 1 word, like in our email, compasscarts.com. And we elected to only do one, just the 2-word version. Felt like that gave us enough protection in our situation today.
That's
great. Fantastic. So, Todd's got a registered trademark for Compass Carts in class 12, which is like an automotive accessory category.
Okay.
Trailers, bikes, carts, that sort of thing.
Nice.
Super cool. And you were even able to get that through the registration process, even though there was a cart compass registered for shopping carts.
Yeah, there's a couple different ones that are similar, but they were in different categories, I think.
Huh?
And the other thing that came up, and I elected to whether or not to expand this internationally for the patent.
Okay.
And
did you, or you said you did not?
I did not.
Okay.
It came up, and it was an expense.
Yeah.
Like, I forget what his name was. Who asked those questions? Yeah. At some point you got to decide how much you're going to spend on protection versus how much do you spend. And then, as you guys know, the secondary part of that is defending a patent internationally.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Is a whole new ballgame.
What I explain to clients is most, I'd say all, I'll just say all, really have no feasible current way of enforcing patents overseas. But it's those deals that we're talking about. You're getting, in the next few years, maybe there is a company, an acquirer that will pay more because they have a foothold, they have a market in those various countries. So I do always try to present that as the upside, but you're right, the cost is big. Even if you do the PCT, I mean, it's just for that admin cost to the patent office, a few grand, and then it's tons of fees beyond that. I don't blame you for it. The U.S. market's big enough. Plus, you've got the customs border to stop things being shipped in from overseas through ITC, International Trade Commission. I told you I was going to ask you this question. I'm going to get it out there now. A lot of our inventors that are just getting started. They haven't even filed the patent yet. They're looking at 10, 20 plus grand. Is it worth it? Has it been worth it? Do you see that getting a patent, investing in, protecting in these technologies is going to be an ROI? It's going to benefit you.
Yeah. And the reason I felt really confident going after the patent is I had enough market feedback on earlier prototypes that, I could patent around. It didn't cause any issues, but I was able to get some great market feedback. So it justified going in and going after the patent. It was kind of a no-brainer at that point.
Right.
And you can obviously advise them as I ended up having 3 provisionals before I had the full patent.
Okay.
So we kept making iterations, and I think this came up on an earlier podcast I was watching that you guys did. And, when do you patent? Is it patenting too early? I don't think it's too early at all to patent or to do a provisional, as long as you got a basic outline. Yep. And then as you have iterations, we ended up doing a few of them before we went full blown. And it was interesting. I mean, not everything came back approved the first time through. There was some, I'm not going to say, I don't know if the word negotiation is right, but explanation.
Sure it is.
Why we believe.
For sure it is negotiation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's their job, right? To make sure nothing gets through as specifically worded, right? Letter by letter,
right,
word for word, and they're going to nitpick and find a way to reject it on novelty, or their favorite is obviousness, and they'll lump in 2 or 3 or more previous, submitted prior art applications or publications to make you work hard. Well, good. So it sounds like yes, at least so far, but likely going to pay off even more as you move forward. It's still pretty early days in terms of sales and being out in the market. I'm very proud of that, and I'm glad we did it. And I have a copy of it on my wall. That's how many people actually get a patent? It's pretty rare, but it's even more rare to have a product that strangers buy. Todd, you've achieved, I think, fewer than 1% of 1%, and you got a thriving company. That's why we got you on the show. And to that end, if you're going to offer some advice to someone else who maybe has something just as cool as you, what are some words of wisdom, golden nuggets looking back, things you would have done differently if you were to do it again?
First thing is start before you know everything, because you're never going to know everything, and you're going to learn along the way, and you're going to get kicked down a number of different times. So you have to be resilient. Self-awareness. Can you handle rejection? That's going to be a big one, because you're going to see a lot of people knock your ideas down, and you'll have the choice to use that as feedback and keep going, or it's going to stop you in the tracks. So as an inventor, if you got something you really, really believe in, go for it. You got to take that first step. And I learn something new every day. Look at how just since I launched, look at how AI is impacting our industries, not just from a production standpoint, but from your patent and trademark.
Yeah, we're talking right now, Todd, but there's an AI paralegal working right next to me.
Nice.
And you think you're talking to Matt? It's actually a hologram AI.
That's not me at all.
That is real.
What do you really look like, Matt?
Right. Yeah. I actually have a beard, and yeah.
I ask this to a lot of our guests. Are you willing to share your email address if anybody watches this live or after the fact? They want to connect with you, founder to founder. Are you open to that?
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And give us the email address.
It's Todd, TODD, H, the letter H, at compasscarts.com. Compass Carts with an S.
Perfect. Just for our podcast listeners. And then for out on the video, I've got it up on the screen. Todd, we're going to wrap up a little early. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for being an example and telling us your story here. I agree with Jonathan. This is one of the most professional products we've had on our show in a long time.
Yes, and not only professional, but I think so insightful and full of humility. And I think that's in your success, thus far has been in no small part to that, I think.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a journey.
From one Minnesotan to another.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Take care, sir. Have a good rest of your day, and best of luck with Compass Carts.
Well, thank you, guys. Nice to see you, and thanks for having me on the show.
What a gentleman. Class act.
100%.
Yeah, Matt, let's wrap it up, sir. We'll wish you a good rest of your week. Don't work too
Yeah, you
hard.
too.
And we'll see you next week, everybody. Go big, go bold.
Go big, go bold at boldip.com.